Hi, I'm Rob D'Arc, and I'm the puppet Poohbah and main puppet manufacturer of the pop-up puppet from Planet of the Puppets. I developed these kind of puppets a long time ago, and I consider them a gateway drug to puppetry. This is how they work. Your thumb goes on the little Velcro square, you go thumbs up and they move, and they come in all kinds of shapes and sizes and varieties. You can get drawn lips and all kinds of cool things, and you can make them all different colors and shapes and sizes. And I also make a kit where you can make them at home. The kit makes a dozen puppets. It has 12 sets of controllers, the little bodies that open the mouths and close the mouths. It's got arms, it's got hair, it's got eyes, it's got noses, it's got everything that you need, including instructions on the back. Except for a glue gun. That's the only thing I didn't include in the kit. I have my low temp glue gun here, and I'm going to make a pop-up puppet for you, and we're going to do one in some kind of festive colors. I started out with a bit of shiny foam. I don't normally use the shiny foam in the kit because it gets glitter all over the inside of the kit, but you can always add sparkles to anything with a little bit of glue or sparkle glue. And we're going to start off with a tongue depressor. This is a box of tongue depressors. I use tongue depressors rather than craft sticks for the body because birchwood tongue depressors are sturdier and steadier than craft sticks. What I do is I just take the stick and I cut off a little piece off the top, and then I also take all the warped ones and cut off the tops and bottoms, and I make the face plates. The face plates and the bottom stick are longer than a regular tongue depressor would be. So this faceplate is a little longer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make the little flag that becomes the collar that holds this thing together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our craft stick, which has been dyed. I use a little bit of RIT dye to dye all my craft sticks. I use the craft sticks on the back half of the puppet because it doesn't need to be as sturdy. And I'm going to roll this piece of foam around it, and it's a little bit long. It'll be a little bit loose, so I want to tighten this up a little bit. So I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to loosen this up a smidge, pop it down, and by cutting a little bit off of there and trimming it. And then I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to run a little line of glue next to the one that I've already glued down. And this has already been done in the kit for you, so you don't have to do this, but if you're making this from scratch, this is how to do it. The foam is what makes the other back stick able to go up and down and use the front stick as support, and it makes for a little sliding device. So there's that. And now the next thing you need to do is to get some control. You need to have a thumb grip. So I use a little bit of Velcro with some adhesive on the back, and I use the male Velcro because it's easy to attach it to other things. And then I'm going to put on the face plate. So I put a little bit of glue down here on the top. Don't glue this stick to this stick at any time because then it will stop moving, so you don't want to do that. I put a little bit of glue on here. I hold it down, and then I have the face plate. So the inside of the mouth is here, and that's how that works. And if I want to do a little tongue and uvula like I have in these puppets, what I do is I draw 2 number 3s. So I'll show you how to do it. You go, one number 3 goes here, that's the tongue, and another number 3 with a little bit of a space is your uvula, and I will draw this for you on a card so you can see it up close. But this is how it works in the pop-up puppet. So there you got your tongue and your uvula. That's the inside of the mouth. And to show you how that works again, you draw 2 number 3s. One number 3 is the tongue, when you turn it that way, and the other number 3 is the back of the throat with the uvula, except that number 3 is a little bit, the middle tine is a little bit fat. So then you color this in. And you have the tongue and the uvula. Now we're going to put on the arms on your puppet. Now on your kit, it's going to say, show you how to do it without getting close to the glue. I'm going to put it on just the regular way, but if you're doing it with a small child and you don't want them to touch the glue, you're going to have them hold on to this by the beads. These little beads are on there so as to make hands and also to keep the pointy bit of the pipe cleaner not poke you. So what you do is you hand this to the child like that, and you have them hold it on either side, because if you're holding it like that, they have no choice but to grab it on the ends. So they're holding it on the ends. You put a line of glue on here, and then you have them pull down over it. But we're going to just do it regular because we don't have any kids here right now. So I'm going to put a line of glue on the back. Don't put it on the stick. Put it on the flag, and then you're going to go put it down in the glue, and then you're going to grab both ends and pull it down. So when the kid does it, they just put it across, and then you have them pull it down with both hands, and it'll dry very quickly because it's a low temp hot glue. And if you get a little bit on your fingers, you can just sort of wipe it off. It doesn't really bother you. Mostly the biggest problem is glue strings, little bits of glue that go stringing all over the place. Now I'm going to make the arms go into elbows, arms with elbows, and now we're going to do hair. So I have a big bag of hair, and it's basically, I wish I had some for me, but I have a big bag of hair. It's made of acrylic, fur, faux fur, and what we're going to do with this one's a two-tone, so I'm going to put some glue on the fur. Now when you're doing this at home with your kit, I recommend putting the glue on the stick instead, and then sticking the fur to it, and then you can, as long as you do it with not the fur side, but you do it on the fabric side, and you attach this on here, and then you can curl the hair around the stick, and if you have a little extra, like a bald spot, you can run a little bit more glue down there and attach it together. And so now we've got this nice little two-tone mullet on our puppet. And now we're going to add eyes and nose. I have a box of pom-poms, 5mm and 7mm pom-poms, but I'm going to put on the eyes first. And here's how we do the eyes. We start with a little drop of glue on the stick, flat on the table, a little bit of glue, and then you take a finger, wet it, pick up the eye, stick it on, and push it down. And you do that with the other side. A little bit of glue, wet your finger, pick it up, stick it on. I like to use these kind of big eyes that are a little too big for the puppet. It's very cartoony and fun. And then I'm going to put on a nose, and I'm going to use a green nose on this one. And I just put a little drop of glue on the nose, where the nose will go. And where you place the nose will change the character of the puppet. You can place it low or you can place it high. But this is a finished pop-up puppet. Got a little bit of fur on the front there I'm going to pull off. There we go. And you can trim that down, or you can fluff it up. And when you finish making your puppet, you can always decorate it up with magic markers like Sharpie markers, drawing on lips and so on. Some children like to really decorate it up, so get yourself some Sharpie markers as well.